Hello everybody, welcome back to the VTX channel, and today we're back with possibly the last video on the mini Drak. I have no idea. I'm doing it while I'm incredibly tired, but there is nobody else in the house other than me, so that means the 3D printer is off and silent, and just general other things, which means that, no interruptions or anything like that. So if we look at the final list, we've got to do the prop, we've got to balance the plane, we've got to do the camera wires, we've got to do the end tips, 3D printed end tips. Also got to do what I've called the canopy tip, because I didn't really know what else to call it, but that's this thing there to hold the canopy down. You also got to tape the other hatches, so that's those two. And we've also got to double check the modes, which I think I'm not going to really bother with, because it's all just copy and paste and should be fine. And also I can't see all the modes for some slightly weird reason. So let's get on with things. We'll do the prop last. We'll do the actual camera wires first, I think. Get them sort of set up how I want them to be. Because we also, I think when we're going to do the balancing, we're going to end up sticking some weights to here. And obviously anything that involves gluing, I'm going to save till last as well. So, let me get the camera wires sorted out. So, our idea is to basically try and run these wires around the edge, something like that. You've got that one as well for the HD camera that we can run. Do we run that one maybe up around here? That might be a better idea, actually. We can do that. Fan tabby dozy, as I do believe they say. So we'll do that for that camera. So let me get that all sort of routed, and I'll come back to you in a moment. Okie dokie, so the wires are done. They are sort of wrapped round and neat. We're going to now look at trying to do these wing tips. So, got these 3D printed wing tips. The idea is to basically just put them on there. So I need to drop them on the floor. That's the important step. Luckily, of course, because there are two wings, I have another one that I've immediately lost. Here it is. So the idea is to try and stick that on the end of the wing. I am going to have to cut vinyl to get to the foam so it glues properly, which is the slightly worrying bit. So we'll see how we go. I'm going to get a nice sharp knife in the scalpel. We'll do some cutting and then we'll get this goop glued on. So see you all in a moment. Okie dokie, so the tips are gluing with some E6000. I've just super glued this on. My idea was to just put it on there for strength, but I mean, you can see it is bubbling a little bit. It's not fully set off. I don't want to spray stuff because I think it'll stain the carbon, but what we can do to get a bit of a push underneath. And there it's in, and that has taken, you can see how much it goes into the lips. That's good. The end tanks didn't print very well. The end tips didn't print very well. They were from Thingiverse. This is a custom design from my dad. Okay, so that is on. I removed all of the most of the stuff from under here. I left a little bit just to seal it, so I don't want it to lift up and come off. So what have we got left? So we haven't done the prop, we haven't done the balance, we've done the end tips, we've done the canopy lip. So the last thing to do is balance it, balance the prop, and take the other hatches down. We'll take the other hatches down now. That should be a fairly I'll do across there. Balance. We need to balance the plane. I believe it is going to need a couple of weights in the front, but we have got some space here for like 10 grams. A couple of 10 grams on there. So let's tape these. I'm going to get the sort of 2-inch wide Gorilla tape and slice it in half and put it on here. Because I think I've got any 1-inch stuff. So let's get that done. Let's get this finished and ready for It's Made and Flight. Right, so I've taped the GPS navigation suspended canopy, I now have this doohickey, which will help us with balancing the prop. What is slightly worrying me is because I've got a little bit of glue in my hands. A, getting it on the top that I'm wearing, and B, getting it on this prop and then upsetting the weight as and when it dries. But we'll see how we go. I've immediately dropped that on the floor. Oh wow, that balances, whoops, that balances literally like out the gate. Oh, it's so far out, I'm not going to mess with it because I could probably end up going too far the wrong way. So, balancing the prop was super easy. I have also put in the little sort of, you can see that grey washer at the back. So, we put the prop on, and then we just got to balance the plane. So, let me get the prop on because that's really not that hard. It's just a nut. And, yeah, we'll try and do the final balance. See you in a moment. Okay, dokie, so propeller on, all nice and matching. We need to do weight. I know there is tape on here technically that won't be on there all the time, but never mind. I can't really show you me doing the balancing because I'm having to hold it high up, but it is currently like the tail of the plane is hitting the desk. So I need to try and remember where all the weights are, which is another challenge. I'll be right back and we'll add, I think if it's more than 20 grams, I'll have to faff about trying to sort stuff out. But I think 10 or 20 grams, it'll be nose heavy a little bit, which is how you want things, certainly for a maiden at least. So yeah, bear with me and we'll find them and have a look. Okay, so I've messaged asking whether stick on weights. I haven't got a reply yet, but it is 11:15 at night, so I'm not going to be pissed at that. But with that, it's done, really. The tape will obviously come off when stuff's glued. I've got to stick a weight or two in this little gap here, the little 10-gram stick-on weight things. You've probably seen them elsewhere. We've got a load cheap because they use them on cars as well. Yeah, if you order like a strip or two from a model shop, it's ridiculously expensive. You can literally buy a box of loads for the same price. So, yeah. I can't see them up there, can I? 2 seconds. No, I thought I'd seen them, but I haven't. So, yeah, once I've done that, this is all ready to go. I guess the real question after that is, what happens on this channel next? I don't really know. At the minute, I do have some new stuff upstairs, but I need to check if I've got the equipment to do it because I'm a little bit tight on funds. In terms of planes that I'd want to buy, if I was going to buy one, if we ignore the fact that I'd love another RV8 and all that stuff, FPV-wise, you have got the 3D printed stuff. So there's Titan Dynamics do 3D printed planes. If I didn't mention it earlier, I just dropped a bit of it. Oh my god, that's very flickery. But no, there's a 3D printed plane that my dad's doing. So we have the technology. Dad's done the sort of learning of it. I might get a different colour. Titan Dynamics, I'm kind of 50-50 on the company. The problem that I have with them is they literally copy stuff. So like they have Titans and things that are basically snow gooses and things like that, but 3D printed versions. And I'm kind of like, yeah, I know that the Chinese copy stuff, but that doesn't mean that you can do it. But they do have something that's quite unique since Hobby King stopped selling theirs. Excuse me, which is a MQ-9 Reaper drone, which they call something else. Something like that I can't get as a model anywhere else. I'm happy to maybe 3D print and use, but again, it's a load of equipment, very similar to this. Yeah. We'll see if we can find the weights, by the way. I've just had a message saying that they are where I thought they were, I can't see them. But anyway. Come on, brain. The other option is I have got some brand new stuff upstairs. As I say, I need to make sure I've got the kit for them. If not, we do have stuff to work on in the shed. We can do some Tales from the Workshop episodes. They're just a little bit harder to do because I have to go and get stuff and blah, 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 blah. It's not as easy as having stuff in the house. So yeah, so I have the MQ9 Reaper thing if I was going for new, or a Ritewing T1 VTOL, and go for something very, very different. But again, the parts for that are expensive. If I wasn't going on holiday around my birthday, I'm probably going to have to ask for holiday money. I would probably ask for the Walk Snail HD system, finally go down the HD route. I have got some stuff to sell as well, which will then raise some funds. Whether they'll be able to go on to stuff for the channel or plain stuff, I don't know. It might have to go on other things. It depends. Especially depends on how expensive my car is to fix. So yeah, it's a bit all over the place. What I would recommend, fucking hell, my brain's completely going. Let me pause the sounds that are in my ears, that would help as well. So yeah, we've got some stuff to do. We've got old stuff we can work on. I am definitely going down the quality over quantity type stuff. I went for a while where I bought everything new that came out so I could get the views, and it's just not worked. I seem to be doing a lot better now, just doing on projects I actually care about, sort of vlogging stuff I do in the workshop more than anything else. So we will see how that goes. Again, we can work on stuff that's in the shed. We've got the Easy Glider to build, to rebuild and things like that. And we've got the stuff upstairs. Got some stuff to maybe try and sell, as I say, to raise money. I've got radios to upgrade. I've got stuff to do. It's just finding the urge to A, do it, and B, make sure it's something that people want to see. The Tales from the Workshop stuff would be interesting to try again. I just did them because I had to do stuff in the workshop and might as well film it while I'm doing it. Whether now I have to be getting slightly more regular views, whether they'll carry on when I stop this, I don't know. But that's me rabbiting for far too long. Thank you if you've managed to watch all the episodes of this, because this really was a long build. Such a long build. And there is a bit of me that doesn't want to do another iNav plane for a little while. Well, there is. Now, I've got two fun jets up there. One of them will be iNav, and the other one will be a speed machine that's non-FPV. It'll be one of those that we could do. You know, the MQ9 Reaper thing. I'm not sure how exactly I'd film that. If I got one of those, if I got the T1, yeah, a lot of it is going to be with Maytech board and stuff, but we are going to be learning Autopilot, which is brand new. That's why I'm kind of into those two things. And for playing stuff, I can't even afford the 10 size, but I certainly can't afford the 60 size. And the one that I'd really want, and maybe take some of the stuff from the Jet project, which due to money issues is obviously being stopped, for now at least. I'd love the big 70cc RV8. But that all requires money, which I don't have. So anyway, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, click the like button. Remember to subscribe as like that. Any questions, comments, feedback, anything like that, drop it down below. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, everybody. So this is actually another video, because I found my weight. So when I said there's a lot of them, there was a lot of them. I think most of the weight, or most of the cost of these was getting them shipped. But does it say where they were from? No. It smells very petrol-y, so I would generally wonder if it came from an actual mechanics that we used to know. They may have just given it to us when they were shutting down. Anyway, so I've put 30 grams of weight in the front, and what's confusing me slightly is where the balance point should be. So you see the line that I've got is pretty much at the leading edge of the wing. Now, it's meant to be measured an inch forward of the spar, and you can sort of see it, but it's really hard to measure it now I've actually wrapped the thing. So it's a bit of a nightmare. It does seem a little bit further forward. even with 30 grams in, it's still a tiny smidgen tail heavy. Let me pop all that weight back in the front where it's going to be. And if I hold it, sorry, you have to look at the blackness of the desk. It is sort of suggestible. So if you hold it, I think if I had a proper CFG scale, it probably wouldn't move. I think it's more because it's on my fingers. If I let it go back a little bit, it'll go back. If I let it go forward a little bit, it'll go forward. So I think it may be ever. But when I've looked at info online where people have actually drawn a picture, it does show it about 5 mil further back. And if I put my fingers about 5 mil further back, that's what she said, then with those weights, it falls over. With those weights, it's very nose heavy. So I think what I'm going to do, for better or for worse, is I'm going to put 20 grams into, not the 30, but 20, and just stick them to this front thing and see how we go. If we really need to, we can add an extra 10. You know, maybe I'll actually put that 10 in the box and we can decide what we do with it. But no, those are the stick-on weights, and this will be the final video. I'm not sure if this will be separate or if this will be banged in or what, I don't know. Yeah, those are the weights. So get them stuck in, and then this plane is ready to go. Thank you for watching the series again. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.